Let's take you through the starting grid for our next race, which is the Junior Rotax pre-final for RMC Belgium. Thijs van Wijk will be leading the way, leading a Dutch front row, as the 246 will be joined by the 230 of Boris Maximov. Bran van der Weken in the 296 will be joined by Thomas Verheyen on the 288, and they round out third and fourth positions on the grid. Fifth, it's Lars Lambers in the 242 with the 285 of Lieke van Berkel from the Netherlands, rounding out the top six positions on the grid. Rick Corporal in the 244 lines up seventh, ahead of Nicolas Nijs in the 219. Nicolas Machon in the number 272. Jort van Ekelen in the 277. Nuden Engelsman and Tristan Shays in the number 249. And the 213 round out the 12-strong grid here for this 10 minutes plus an additional lap pre-final. So the drivers coming to the tram lines, and we are underway and running through into turn one. Now the run down to turn two for the first time. Van Wijk leads, Van der Weken getting through on the inside early doors on Boris Maximov as someone goes off, coming out of turn number two and into turn number three. Van Wijk stretching a slightly early lead at the moment as things stand, as they come down the hill through turn number seven into the next left. Through six and through into 7 and 8, and then now up the hill they're going to go through in towards the Mudkurve and then heading into the Schumacher S's. But from this perspective, Van Wijk leads the way. Fourth, fifth and sixth very closely packed, and that is being led by Lars Lambers as they come down to the hairpin once again, through now into turn number three. A little bit of side-by-side action between the likes of Jort van Ekelen and Tristan Shays, who are down at the back end of the field. Sideways and managed to save it through turn five did Nicolas Machon in the number 272, running the GKS Lemons Power. A big snap-on oversteer moment for the driver from Belgium, and manages to catch it. Was looking up the inside of Nicolas Nijs for 8th position. The top three now into battle they go. Thijs van Wijk, Bran van der Weken, Boris Maximov. That's your top three. Van der Weken looking up the inside at turn two, gets through. Nice and easily done by the 296. Fourth, fifth and sixth, well, Lars Lambers, Thomas Verheyen and Rick Corporal. They are closing in on the top three, particularly the top two in that three-way battle over fourth place. As Lambers coming under fire from Verheyen and Corporal. The top six last time around covered by 1.6 seconds. The top six this time covered by just over 1.3. Now through into the first twisty part of the circuit, through 3, 4, and into the left here at 5. Or a slight dip down the hill into the next right-hander here at 6, 7. So dealing with some adverse left-hand down camber. Through 8 and into 9. And they'll be coming through here into Mudkurve. They'll be flat on the throttle, depending on how much intestinal fortitude, aka guts, they have. as they come out of the final corner. And once again, the top three can't really put more than an A4 sheet of paper over them, because otherwise you might need A5 to do so if you want to cover the distance between first, second and third. And now Maximov up the inside. He's a new leader. So good move there by Boris Maximov, who got through on Thijs van Wijk. And now on lap number 5, through turn number 3, or through turn number 2, he gets through on Bran van der Weken as they head back down the hill once again into the far part of the circuit. These laps are quickly running by. We've got just under 6.5 minutes to go. Nude Engelsman now moving up into the top 9. Currently 9th, up for 11th on the start. The top 3 very much cannot be separated at the moment. They're running in formation. Will van der Weken look for a move on Maximov at turn 2 on lap 6? No, not quite. Make their way through into the left-hander here at turn number 5. Still the three-way scrap for 4th, 5th and 6th carries on at quite high adrenaline rates, with Lars Lambers ahead of Thomas Verheyen and Rick Kopperal rounding out the top 6. Lieke van Berkel holding station in 7th. She's currently about the best part of a second behind Kopperal. Den Engelsman is about 4.1 seconds behind Van Berkel. Den Engelsman has gotten up past 3 drivers, Nicolas Nijs, Nicolas Machon and Tristan Shays. Well, actually, it would have been Jort van Ekelen who round out the top 11. Van Ekelen is 12th at the moment behind Nijs and Machon. And Machon now down to 11th position. We've hit pretty much the half-time point. Change has happened for 4th place. Lars Lambers now has been overtaken through, I think, at turn number 5 by Thomas Verheyen. One of 2 brothers here this weekend. Ruben running in the seniors a little bit later on. Lambers also has to be very, very careful at the moment as things stand, because he's got Rick Kopperal breathing down the back of his exhaust as we speak. Nicolas Nijs has dropped down to 10th position behind Nunden Engelsman and Tristan Shays, as we are coming up to 4.25 minutes still to go. Top 3, can't really separate them. They don't really want to be separated. Each one of them has every single window of opportunity to take the victory at the checkered flag. But Maximov still leads the 3-way battle at the front end of the field. Van der Weken tried to go up the inside through into turn 2. Maximov went, no, I'm going to shut the door. How do you like that one? Still the stalemate. Continuing between 1st, 2nd and 3rd. But with these 3 drivers at the front end of the field covered by just over 3/10, it's anyone's guess as to what might transpire next. We're into the final 3 minutes. And Van der Weken is trying to go for the move, but that's going to allow Van Wijk to get through. Well, Bran van der Weken tried to pull an overtake through on the inside of turn number 3 on Boris Maximov. And that, well, turn 2 on Boris Maximov, and that gave the opportunity to Thijs van Wijk to lead to move his way up into 2nd position. And still every one of the drivers continuing on the circuit. Coming up to completing lap number 10 with 2 minutes and 20 seconds still remaining on the timer. So with 2 minutes to go, well, that's probably going to be about 4 laps. 4 or 5 laps, depending on how quickly they cross the stripe next time. Maximov's best lap so far was a 45.7 low 45.7. And the last time he was around the circuit, he was actually the second slowest out of the top 3. Because now, behind Bran van der Weyken, comes along Rick Corporal, Lars Lambers, Thomas Verheyen, and I spy with my little eye, Lieke van Berkel might not be that far behind either. No. So 2.85, hoping to have an opportunity to battle against the drivers in front. It's going to be another change for the lead. So Van Dijk's going to take the lead. And Van der Weyken gets through. And someone was a little bit squirrely coming through out of turn number 5. Van der Weyken's dropped a little bit further back, right into the clutches of the likes of possibly Verheyen, Van Berkel, Den Engelsman. But with just 50 to go, cutting it fine here, 7.65. That was very, very close indeed in terms of proximity when it comes to overtaking and proximity when it's trying to squeeze through a gap. As Van Dijk has got through on Maximov, 0.2 of a second was the advantage after 12 laps. So very shortly, it could be going on to the last lap. But we've had someone go off, big time off at Curva. Oh, dearie me, that was a big old off. Someone deciding to go through the kitty litter. And that car was at full velocity. Whoever that was very, very fortunate indeed. And was that, oh, that was that Boris Maximov? Maximov was leading, and he might have been the one that ended up going through the gravel. But things are going to come down to their inevitable conclusion because our two leaders, Thijs van Dijk and Bran van der Weyken, are making their way through out of the final corner. Van Dijk takes the win by just over 1/10 of a second. Out of Bran van der Weyken, then Thomas Verheyen rounds out the top 3. Lars Lambers and Lieke van Berkel will round out the top 5 provisionally. Rick Corporal 6th, 7th was Maximov. 8th, Tristan Shays, Nicolas Machon, Nicolas Nys, and Jort van Ekelen round out the Junior Rotax pre-final for RMC Belgium here at Kerpen.